Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Carter's Golf. If this is the first time you're joining, please do hit that subscribe button. Today's video, I think you're going to absolutely love it. Today's video is all about the golf swing. Why wouldn't it be? We're on a golf channel. So we're talking about what is the golf swing. Can you answer the question, what is a golf swing? What does it consist of? What do you guys need to do to perform a good golf swing? Now, a lot of golfers will say, oh, we need lots of height, we need width, golf swing needs to rotate, it needs to do all of those. But we see a lot of golfers, and from a teaching perspective, do maybe one of those. So a lot of golfers will see a very common fault is golfers that only rotate. So we see a lot of rotation in the swing, we don't see any height. We'll see a lot of golfers as well that don't really rotate and they just lift. So today's video, I'm going to try and give you a couple of really good tips to help you understand not only what the golf swing is, but how you can practice it, whether it's a dry drill at home with no golf club and no golf ball, or it's on the driving range. Sorry guys, shades are going to go on because it's squinty. So one of the key things I talk about with all my guys that I teach is how do you perform the golf swing? How do you want it to look? And they know it's a rotation. The golf swing is a rotation. We get into posture and we rotate around the spine angle and we rotate around the hips. But what do the arms do? Now this is one of the common faults. Golfers allow the arms to follow the shoulders, almost as if they couldn't work alone. Now the golf swing is about rotation and it is about lift. So what rotates and goes up? Think of a spiral staircase. You start at the bottom and you rotate up, okay? Now when you're uncoiling that, we actually uncoil again from the bottom. So it's a rotational lift, okay? So it's a spiral movement up. And that's how we create resistance in the body, it's how we create power. Golfers as well, just maybe kind of digressing a little bit, how do you create more power? Golfers will often, amateur golfers will often create more power from there. That feels like a powerful action. That there coming into the ball, that feels like a very powerful action because you feel it, you're very close to the sensation, you're holding the club, you're trying to create power. However, how would an elite level golfer create power? They would create power from that. They would create power from the ground up. They would start to spiral back down to the ball after they've spiraled up. So one of the key drills I want you to try and work on is allowing the lower body to rotate, allowing the shoulders to rotate around the spine angle, but then allowing the arms to feel like they're working upwards. So what I'm doing here in my drill is I'm getting the right hand underneath the golf club or a broom handle or a stick or anything, the left hand over the top of the golf club, around about waist width apart. We're going to go into posture and we're going to allow the hips to turn. We're going to allow the shoulders to rotate around the spine, meanwhile feeling that the arms are working upwards. Okay, so we're going to get the shoulders and the hips to rotate, feel like the arms are starting to work upwards. So what you'll see now is the shaft of this club parallel to the ground, horizontal as you look at it. And then from there, as I continue my rotation, I'm going to feel my arms extend up. So really starting to feel a stretch in my body, resistance between my upper body and lower body. I'm feeling a real loaded sensation from my shoulders as the club starts to go up. So I'm starting to feel a real kind of powerful position here. It's tense, it's tough to do because it's powerful, and that's a great thing to have in a golf swing. So a really good drill, get the feeling that the body and the shoulders are rotating around the axes that they're on. So if you look at your hips will rotate this way, your shoulders will rotate more up and down relative to the ball around the spine angle as the right hip kind of works backwards for a right-handed golfer, but the arms will work higher, the arms will work more upwards. So the shoulders and the hips turn as the arms get up. Now, as the arms are starting to work up, this hits one of those key points I mentioned at the start of the video, width. If the body rotates and the arms follow, that's not really that wide. that's wider. So I'm allowing my arms to work straight back down the target line as my body starts to rotate. So I've got width. As I turn, I get my rotation. As my arms go up, I get height. Width, rotation, height. 3 key areas for improving your golf game, for improving your distance, but also for improving your strike. If you're allowing the arms to work straighter and higher, then in regards to angle of attack, so the angle of the club coming down to the ball, we're encouraging an angle of a descending blow into the ball. So we're encouraging that negative angle of attack, which is what we all want with an iron swing. You may be thinking now, okay, what about the driver? What does the driver do? Driver's exactly the same, isn't it? The ball position's further forward. Now, I'm quite lucky in Dubai, I've got a shadow behind me, so my head, as I take my setup, the sun's behind my head's in the middle of my stance, my ball position's forward. As I start to load up and get the height and then rotate back down, my head stays behind where the club head would be, and I come through that. I'll explain that more on an earlier video, so if you want to see a bomb the driver video, head back a couple of videos from this one and you will find it's all about hitting up on the ball. But the golf swing was the same as what I would do on an iron. It's a different type of mentality in terms of how you want to try and hit the ball, okay? Also in terms of where the ball position is, and there's a few other variables that we would adjust, but the actual golf swing as a whole is the same, okay? So one of the key things I like to try and do is I look with my students, a lot of this dry drills, getting the feeling that the arms are up higher as the body's rotated. We're then able to really create a compressed, high, wide and rotated golf swing. That was pure. High, wide and rotated golf swing that is repeatable shot after shot, okay? So when we're explaining what the golf swing is, the golf swing is about width, rotation, height, putting the 3 things together, using this really cool drill. Horizontal at waist height, horizontal at the top. Why? So I can feel my left arm working upwards as my body starts to rotate. It really helps load the shoulders. So we're creating that loaded feeling at the top of the swing, and I'm getting the strike as well. So I've got, oh, that's a great shot. I could literally be 2 foot away. So as the hands start to work up, the body is rotating. So that common question we all get as golf coaches is what is the golf swing? And it's probably not a question that gets answered enough. How can we answer it? All the things that we know about the golf swing, we've got to learn how to put them together. All right, guys, I hope this tip has helped. A really good dry drill for you to be doing at home right now. If you're on the computer, if you're in the living room with your phone, with your tablet, put it down, rewind a little bit to what I was just doing, stand up and give it a go. If you've got no club to hand, get the palms of your hands to the ground, push straight back, so I'm pushing back towards you, and push up. So rotating up, so I've got the palms pushing up to the sky, so I'm feeling that transition of rotation and I'm feeling that sensation of height as I get to the top. Guys, I hope it's helped. Please do subscribe to the channel, click the like, also the bell for notification. We've got 3 videos per week coming out, so there's a variety of tips, a variety of reviews, and also in that variety we've got some fun course vlogs as well, just to give it a little bit less of a kind of stiff feeling. I don't like it. We want to relax, we want to have some fun with golf, and some of those course vlogs are going to give you that as well. Guys, how many times do I want to say guys in a video? See you in a bit.